I'm Stacey. Welcome to my Halloween care package tutorial. Please hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks guys. Supplies needed are listed below and are on my blog stacey-lee.com. You'll also find my free downloadable SVGs there. If you'd like to use my free SVGs, pop over to my blog and save them now. Let's get started. First, open Cricut Design Space and click on New Project. Now we're going to upload the Halloween SVGs that you already downloaded from my blog onto your computer. Click Upload. Now click on Upload Image, and we're going to find the image you previously saved on your computer by clicking on Browse. And now we're locating the image, clicking on it and pressing Open. Now you can see a preview of your image. In tags, I like to give it a name that will help me find it in the future if I have a whole lot of images in that theme. I'm going to give this image the tag Halloween and click on Save. Now you can see it's appeared in my uploaded images. I'm going to click We Miss You and Trick or Treat, which I uploaded previously, and click Insert Images. Both my images have appeared, but they're on top of each other, so I'm just going to move one over so I can see them both better. On the right hand panel you can see I'm on Trick or Treat and all the images will cut individually. I don't want that, I want to keep them all together, so I'm going to click on Weld. That means it's going to cut it as one image. I'm going to do the same for We Miss You So Much by clicking on it and selecting Weld again. So now they're both welded. I have measured my box flaps and they are 6 inches wide, so I want to resize my image to cut at 5.5 images so they fit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is click on the image, go up to size and width and enter 5.5 and then press enter. I'm just going to move it up a bit to the left so it's placed nicely, grab the other image and also place that nicely, and now we're ready to cut. So we click Make It. In the screen, Cricut is showing you how they plan to cut your image. If it's all jumbled up, you've probably forgotten to weld, so I would go back a step and do that. But this is looking perfect to me, so I'm going to click on Continue. So now I've made sure my Cricut is on and I've connected to it. I'm going to select the type of material I'm using, and that is vinyl. I know that the longest my image is 10.5 inches, so I'm going to cut a piece of vinyl to 11 inches, which gives me plenty of space to cut on. I'm popping it on my mat, and my mat's brand new, so please excuse me, it's really sticky, but don't panic, just persist and you'll get there. You can see I've got funny little air bubbles that I'm just getting out with my extra large scraper, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to place my mat on the Cricut, making sure it's slotted into the guides on the left and the right. Now push the green flashing arrows, it will grab the mat and pull it into place. And once it's ready, the green Cricut light will start flashing. Press on that and off we go. We're making our Cricut cut. Finish, the green arrows will start flashing again. Press on that button and it will release your mat. So now I'm going to remove the vinyl from my mat. I'm bending the mat away from the vinyl, but again it's a little bit tricky because my mat is so sticky. It's not usually this hard. And there you have it, I've got my cut. So now what I like to do is I actually like to cut it so that I work with each image individually. I like to do this because I can then cut the vinyl and save any bits that I could potentially reuse. That goes for the vinyl and for the transfer tape. So now I'm going to start my weeding. I've got my weeder tool and I started in the top left corner and I just slowly peel it back. Take your time here because you don't want to accidentally lose some of your design. And trust me, I've done that many times. The slower you take it, the better off you'll be. It can be a bit tricky, but just be patient. I pop the leftovers up the top there, and then when I'm weeding out all the negative bits, I just place that on because it sticks to it and it means I don't have funny little bits all over the place making a mess. So now I'm going to use my portable trimmer, and if you've been over to my blog you will know it's recommended in my top 5 tools you must have. I absolutely love it. I've got my Cricut cut and I'm using it to line up against my transfer tape to measure off how much I need. I find that the trimmer really helps to reduce with wastage. I'm also going to measure the top, and I'm going to cut the top of the transfer tape off that I don't need, and I'm going to save that because waste not, want not, and you never know, I might better use that for another project. Now I'm just going to double check that my transfer tape is the perfect fit for my cut. I'm going to pull the backing off, and what I like to do here is hold the transfer tape in a taco shape, so I pull both sides up, stick it down in the middle, and then let the sides fall down naturally. Then I use my hands to just press it lightly, and then I'll get my extra large scraper, which then burnishes the Cricut Cut vinyl onto the transfer tape. Now I like to cut off all the excess that I don't need, and I go as close as I'm comfortable to do and cutting around the whole image. Make all full designs on your Cricut. I did cream and orange, but you could do them in any colours that you like. Now it's time to decorate our box. So get your box and bend all the flaps backwards and forwards and get it into shape. Tape it up. I used a bit more than what you can see here. So now I'm going to get the black card and measure it out and cut it so it fits perfectly on each of the flaps. I'm using my trimmer to slowly cut it. It's always best to cut less than more because you can keep cutting until you get it perfect. I'm putting a slight crease in it. Then I'm popping it in my little homemade spray booth I made out of a paper bag. I'm spraying it with spray glue quite liberally. At this point you could also use PVA. I chose not to because I always end up getting it everywhere and have fingerprints all over the place. And then I'm placing it on and pressing it down. Repeat this until all sides of your box are covered in black card, and now it's time to put your Cricut vinyl cut onto each of the flaps. Pull the transfer backing tape off slowly and making sure you don't accidentally lose any of your design. You can just lightly press it back down if you do that. Take your vinyl cut and line up where you'd like it to be placed. Slowly lay it down there and then add a bit of pressure so that it sticks to it, and then slowly pull off the transfer tape. Repeat this for all the sides. When I did the trick or treat side, I stuffed it up a bit and I accidentally pulled off some of the black card with my transfer tape. I had two options. I could pull off the black card and start again, or I could show you how you can correct a simple mistake like this. So I decided to show you how to correct it. I did this by just touching it up with a little bit of black paint. Line your box with tissue so that you're going to have some extra to cover it over the goodies, and then pop your goodies in there. I had a bit of a play around until I was happy with it. I put in a few little skulls. Then I got the tissue paper and covered it all up. I got another piece of tissue paper just to tidy it up, and then I tucked it in on all the sides. I got my stretchy cobweb and I pulled it around until I was happy with it, and then I got some spiders and popped them on top. And there you have it, your very own Halloween care package. If you enjoyed my tutorial, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out.